yeah, we investigated ourselves. We actually didn't. We didn't do that much. We had people there, but we didn't warn anybody. We kind of sat on our hands. That was a lie before. This is not. That cooks up kind of funky, right? It doesn't smell good when you cook that in a pot. So I'm very, again, I don't know how many times to say I'm upset about it, but I'm upset about it because we haven't been told the truth and we can't tell if we are now. Now, we know that the FBI labeled these January 6th participants as terrorists. We learned that from the whistleblowing of Steve Friend. He was on the show last week, and he said that the FBI has been violating the civil rights of these people, and that's what he has been yelling about since he was forced out as an agent. Watch.
Specifically to the January 6 cases, the FBI departed from its practices for how it manages cases, and it was doing it to manipulate the crime statistics, the terrorist statistics, to create the false impression that terrorists are all around the country. And look, away from the politics of it, if there is a righteous prosecution that needs to happen, we need to be buttoned up. And the FBI, in my experience, was not following those protocols, was not handing that information over to the defense as they're supposed to do in following with due process. If I departed from rules for evidence tape, let's say, and I used the wrong color, I would have to document that and hand it over to the defense so that they could ask me, well, Agent Friend, you messed up on the color of the evidence tape. Did you potentially mess up somewhere else? That is all part of the process, and the FBI didn't do that. So I voiced that concern, and obviously the FBI disagreed with my sentiments on that. Look, I swore my oath. I was serious about it. I got training by going to the Holocaust Memorial and going to the MLK Memorial and learning that just following orders is never appropriate. So I brought those concerns forward. And on top of that, the final concern that I had was the safety issue. The FBI was sending SWAT teams to arrest individuals who had been interviewed, who had expressed to them that they would cooperate fully. And then because of the unique nature that they were approaching January 6th, they weren't recontacted for a year and a half. And then it was decided we're sending a SWAT team to arrest someone with no expectation that we were coming to his door. And to me, being a guy who did SWAT for 5 years, that was an unnecessary use of that tool.
Okay, so I think the government wants us to just read this and be like, okay, no FBI agents, informants, but they didn't do anything. So that's fine. This is a done deal. We're good with this. I don't think that that's enough. I think we should still continue to ask for answers such as, what role did those informants play? This is not specific enough. Defense lawyers will want to know who were these sources, what